So I wanted to ask about some of the drops. I can think of several off the top of my head. I won't do them. But what were your favorite ones? What were ones you kind of had? I'm guessing you had some of your quick saves, or quick hotkeys or whatever. What were some of your top 3 favorite drops?
Well, the great thing about Norm is he said so many things, and they're all so clean that I could essentially build half of a co-host with just Norm drops and using those for calling and responding. And so whether it's hanging up angrily on a phone call, I'm sorry, that's it, or
that's it.
Yeah.
Just
that, or
I love Norm.
Oh, he's the best, and I love you, and all these just different reactions.
Are you gay?
Yeah. Every single thing. And it's funny, talking with Big Strong Jeremy, the morning show, and Norm's board op for 20 years now. We figured out at one point that this was, say, maybe in like 2010. Norm had been with the station about 10 years. The station had been on the air for about 16. Despite Norm only being a 2-hour show and being there for essentially half the time as, Mike and Greg and George and Craig and Gordon, he still had more drops than any of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
And part of it's because, he's essentially his own host. Like, he would pop on, Frito or the crew, but he hardly ever had any music running in the background. So that didn't run the risk of, like, everything he said was clean.
Mm-hmm. It was up for grabs, all of it.
Yeah, it was so easy to cut into a drop. And again, going back to how gracious Norm is, despite some of the things I edited together. And
the questions on why today doesn't suck were some of the best ones.
Yeah.
That really helped kind of make my mark with being a board operator. Was I got lucky where I got to take over the board for Bad Radio at 19, and so I was working that every day, and I also wound up getting to run Why Today Doesn't Suck, because the guy that was coming in after me, Justin Neely, was going to college to finish out his degree. So I took over from him a couple years after that, but because of all that, getting to run Why Today Doesn't Suck really helped kind of keep me in the loop with working drops for Mike and Grego for the hard line, and playing the Norm, the hey Mike, hey Grego, you know, and like
guess what I have in my underwear and all of that stuff. Yeah.
So just being able to use Norm as kind of the springboard, both as a way to stick around as an intern, but then to also kind of make a mark as a board op. Like, he's always been nothing but gracious. There have been a couple times where he said something on the air and, after a segment asked, please don't mark that. I was like, that's totally fair. I'm not going to, like, my goal isn't to make him look bad. It's to be entertaining. And thankfully Norm knew that. And like I said, even though, I haven't worked by Norm or with Norm in 8 years, since I left the ticket, I've still gotten to hang out with them. I'm still friends with them. Gotten to go on a couple of those guys trips, as he calls them, to see games and other cities and all that. And so, yeah, just the graciousness of Norm is just amazing. So, hello, I am Michael Gruber, otherwise known as Grubes, or Shoopy, or Tweet Grubes, and I never listen to the Reverend and the Reprobate on the ticket.